All right, perfect. We should be live
Wonderful.
now. I'm going to double check and see if all the links went out. In the trenches with Starseed. Perfecto.
Sir, it seems like we are Libroni.
Liveroni pepperoni. All right, cool. Reposted that. And DFA. Get him to send it out.
Hello, greetings everyone. We'll get started in a couple of minutes while we wait for folks to jump into the stream.
Okay, sweet. I have our chat up and everything. So I think we're all set.
Glorious.
Glorious. All right, it looks like the viewers are popping in slowly.
There.
Just blasting our link everywhere. Make sure the gospel of Starseed is heard. Once we do that, we can go ahead and get started.
Share it with your family, share it with your friends, get in the trenches. It's time to begin.
Yes, rent out an IMAX even and play this on the big screen.
Oh, you get some nice crisp views of those charts.
Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, I see we're already throwing up some alpha on the screen with this one token.
Well, it was kind of rocking up and around for a bit. Now it's, slowly doing what a lot of tokens on Solana tend to do. So
Yeah,
kind of
sadly, it's not
interesting.
always up.
Yeah, not straight up. Sometimes it's a journey. We'll see if there's a recovery.
That's all we can pray for.
But yeah. Welcome everyone to In the Trenches. We're doing something a little new, a little bit different, where we're just popping up a live stream and seeing what's out there on the marketplace. This is something that Batman and I do from time to time, either in a voice chat or just by messaging each other, or any other communication means, but prowling the trenches looking for good tokens to DLMM. We're not sure what the market's going to be doing today. Solana is already doing a little bit of a correction, small correction this morning, today, this afternoon. And so we'll see if there is any bullish sentiment going on in the low market cap meme coin space. Otherwise, we might just talk back and forth amongst ourselves about a variety of topics with the market, with Meteora, ICM, or we might just go wildly off topic and start talking about the pizzas we're going to be baking later today. So
Yeah, and
if
of
you have
course, whenever
questions,
we do that, we've got to plug the infamous drink mate and soda
that's
stream.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
talk about
Yeah.
carbonation because that's what we're about at Starseed.
But in the meanwhile, we'll have our Starseed screens up or any other resources that we'll use. If you have questions about Starseed, anything we're working on, any tips and tricks that we can maybe help provide you with, let us know in the comments and in the chat because we're just here to have a good time.
Yeah, for sure. And if you spot any good runners, let us know. We'll take a look, perhaps even play it on stream.
Yeah, right now, Batman and I are both here, and we're both using the same wallet actually. And plan is that we're going to be we do any DLMMs and we make any big wins and any big gains today, we're going to take all those earnings, all those profits, convert them into Starseed's proprietary token seed, and then we're going to burn them so that the whole community is benefiting from our degeneracy.
Yes, of course, of course. And speaking of seed, we should probably throw up that chart. It's been looking pretty nice.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a good time for the last looks like week. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good week.
Yeah. So that's exciting because we've got a lot getting cooked up in the kitchen right now. Our developer, Shady the Dev, has been persistently locked in the cage with nothing but his computer and an endless tap of Red 40. So he has been working hard, and we're excited for our upcoming update this month.
Oh yeah, no, that's going to be a very spicy update. Actually, we've started teasing it quite a bit. In fact, I'm going to drop a link in our chat for anyone watching right now that wants to see it. But we're going full on with this automation stuff. I'm not sure how much I can say during stream, but we'll probably be dropping nuggets of info and alpha regarding this. So I mean, it's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be exciting once we drop it. I think we're going to see a lot of usage with it. Automation is the future, baby.
Well, in automation, but it's also like a lot of advanced trading functions too that just isn't currently available natively within Meteora. It makes it more difficult to step away confidently from your computer for even like 10 minutes sometimes during a hot, volatile market. So we'll be equipping traders with more tools that aren't out there right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, this type of stuff I think is game changing. And we also make it very easy to access. So there are features you're going to see with automation once we release it that you really don't have to have that much knowledge in terms of DLMMing or LPing. So doing stuff like the boot camps, while they're great and amazing, you don't have to go through hours and hours of learning just to make use of Meteora and earn those juicy fees. We want to make it as simple as clicking a few buttons and then you're in. And automation will solve that beautifully and onboard a lot of people, not only to the Starseed platform, but to Meteora in general. So it's going to be a great onboarding tool for everyone.
Yes, sir. That's the name
Yeah.
of the game. Is I think everybody looking forward to Mettober and the big Meteora airdrop is
Oh
thinking,
yeah.
gee, that user base is gonna explode and get a lot of new eyes on it, get a lot of new traction. And so it's important to be able to make systems and tools that are one-click accessible.
Hmm. Yeah, no, and they're going to be doing a lot of future seasons too, where they're dropping these Met tokens to you, right? So why not DLM while you sleep, right? DLM 24/7. Get those points. Get that
I,
airdrop.
I mean, with some of our positions, I think we're already dealing MMing 24/7.
That's very true. Yeah, we're all about the long term here. I think I'm going on what is it like over 3 months now for one of my launch coin positions that I opened
So I'm
early July.
so I'm wondering for tax accounting purposes, if you kept that DLMM open for 12 months, does it become long-term capital gains?
I guess we're just going to be operating in a gray area next year for when it comes to reporting. Perhaps that can be some new Starseed utility. We can do
Yeah.
something with taxes.
So far, the only things I've really seen is this one token, which I'm
Yep.
assuming was a play off of the zero token that kind of got a lot of traction yesterday.
Oh, the 00, that TGE.
Yep, yep.
Yep. I didn't actually play that. I faded that one. I wish I played it.
Oh, that would have been a good one, yeah.
Yeah. So we're getting a lot of TGEs this month. Like,
Oh yeah, no, it's the
uh,
biggest month of the year.
it is. It's October, Mettober, in fact. We got Met coming on the 23rd. That's going to be a juicy one. I'm very excited for that one. They're also pioneering that new NFT claim with the damn V2, which I find interesting. I think that's actually going to be the new airdrop meta going
Well,
forward.
it's by far like one of the most exciting developments in tech we've seen in this
Hmm.
space because everyone since you or I have gotten into crypto has basically done or accepted airdrops in the same way, where you either get the air, I mean, you literally get airdropped, or you have to do a claim,
Yeah.
and that's never really a good time for the chart. But
Yeah, no,
this
it's
at
not.
least with the damn V2 um, NFT airdrop, at least you're providing utility where people will get their airdrop and they're automatically LPing and earning and receiving fees. So it means
Like,
that there's a mechanism for people to easily get their airdrop and contribute to the community and the ecosystem and get something out of that without sacrificing profits from the airdrop.
oh yeah, 100%. It's essentially like getting an airdrop on your airdrop because it's you're getting block zero rewards, which I don't know what the fee curve will be for Meteora. It might be 50%. It might start off there. It might start off lower. I don't know, but either way, that's a lot of fees that you're getting on block zero. In fact, like that's super lucrative for people that pick that option, or for projects that choose to do something like that. Like that's a great way to reward your users even more.
Yeah, it'll be, I mean, this is probably truly an experiment in lifetime.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it'll be the first time doing this, but there's going to be an insane amount of liquidity in that pool.
Oh, yeah.
So it will be interesting to see what fee generation looks like at block zero. Like, our
Oh, yeah. I suspect it's gonna be juicy, at least for Meteora, so there's some alpha here if you haven't been paying attention to the timeline, but it's essentially going to be a first come, first serve. So you have 2 options with this Meteora airdrop, so you can either just get the straight up tokens, or you can pick to get the NFT in the DAM V2, which if you wanna take that bet for the block zero rewards and all that, I mean, that could be very lucrative right there. I personally am gonna go for the NFT because I think that's really cool tech, and I'm very curious to see what the fees will be like from a block zero on something as big as Met. I suspect it's gonna
Yep.
be biblical.
Yep, it's something I've tousled around in my head for a good while now. It's like, okay, what
Mhm.
to do with this upcoming airdrop? And I think just the potential with block zero rewards is too tempting to ignore. I don't know,
Agreed.
even just as an experiment. Like,
Yeah, it's good RR, I think.
Yeah.
We actually did have one question pop up. Sorry to quickly change topics. From a Catan. So, what does automation mean? Do we still need to find pools and open a pool, or Starseed finds pools by itself and entering positions to farm passive earnings? So that is a pretty good question that I'm going to try and navigate without spilling too much, and then everyone's angry at me. Um, so essentially, automation here is kind of a blanket term at Starseed. It's going to cover quite a few features. So uh, I think a lot of people are already familiar with our scale out, which was a quick way for anyone, regardless of skill level, to go to our platform. And in fact, Razor, if you wanted to show the scale out icon, yeah. So we have this little easy to use dashboard here. So basically, you would click that little scale for scale out, and it would let you scale out a certain percent of tokens in whatever is the top pool in or on Meteora. So in this case, it's the 10 bin step, the 0.1% fee pool. And then you can select one of three options to either slowly scale out at 10% profit, 5%, and then 1%. And one of the pain points with this was that you still had to monitor the position, right? Which not everyone can do, especially if you're not familiar with the system. It's very hard to keep track of it and know what to do, like if it actually doesn't scale you out, right? Whereas now we can have a bot managing that using various algorithms that we're developing. So you would open up scale out, but now in the automation tab, and then you can set stuff like stop losses, take profits on top of your typical scale out order. And once it totally scales you out, or if you do get stop loss in the unfortunate event of the token just going down, um, it'll close the position, and then the Solana or whatever token that you want to scale out to will go directly back to your wallet, which is fantastic because it's almost no oversight needed from a user once they open up one of those positions. And that's just scale out. So we'll have other things too. Such as take profits, stop losses, and stuff like that. If you are wanting that, there are other features too. I don't know how much I can say. Razor, do we
I
want to do
mean,
anything else?
answering, we can maybe go back to that a little later on in the stream, but I think that's
Yeah,
essentially what automation is that with
yeah,
that initial set of features is that there'll be ways for users to configure what they
mhm,
want to do with their DLMM. And
mhm.
like, I think that's something that's exciting and useful because if I want to open up a position and then go to bed, I'd love to be able to go to bed and know that, okay, once I'm out of range, I'm going to close and take my profits. Or if it turns out that, I don't know, this minor tokens could rug, well, if I'll have my stop loss in place and then I'm secured from going down to zero. So,
A lot of times it's just additional security, which is great. Um,
well,
I
and
really.
the
Oh, go
benefit
ahead.
too with our system and why we've been in beta testing this for so long right now amongst our team is that we're hoping that these automated actions will trigger faster than any other option available so that you'll be able to set your stop loss, your take profits, or whatever settings will close your position, and it'll trigger faster than you can humanly do it manually.
Yeah,
Because
no, that's
if you're watching a chart and you see a red candle, at that point, it's too late to exit and zap out. It's too late because you've already the chart's already starting to nuke. But with our automation suite, that functionality is going to trigger uh, at least every 15 seconds, right?
oh yep,
We're
yep.
thinking quicker. We're hoping quicker.
Yeah,
But yeah,
we're trying to do way quicker than that.
we're testing right now. So
Yep. And I think the beauty of it too is that each position you have is essentially its own bot on its own server. So it's dedicated to that one position. And if by some crazy reason that the bot does go down, it can heal itself and come back online. So you're never truly out of the game. So we wanted something that's really foolproof here. And that's what we're building with our automation suite. As
Yep.
far as Starseed finding pools by itself and entering positions to farm passive income or passive earnings, uh, there's a version of that we're working on that we can potentially leak later on in the stream. But you're typically going to be finding these pools manually and then running through a few clicks in order to open automation on said position.
Well, in some
Oh,
ways, we do have versions or like a similar functionality with that. We have our top pools widget right here, which
mhm,
assesses a lot of on-chain activity to determine
mhm.
where are pools experiencing volume, where are pools experiencing good, strong fees right now. And that's the type of tech we've built into Scale Out right now so that you're able to one click find what's the best pool to scale out and sell off my tokens. So, with a couple of additional layers on top of that, that probably looks more at mid cap, high cap tokens. Like, it's not out of the question that Starseed would be able to perform a bit more passive trading by itself. But that's a little bit down the line from what we're working on this month.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Right now, we've built a very strong foundation to the automation suite. So if there are interesting features that people want like that, where it could automatically potentially trade the top pool tokens in whatever time frame you select, um, that's something we can look into. The foundation we've built allows us to add a lot on top of automation. Um, so that's an interesting proposition. I think I would love something like that. Honestly,
Yeah, like I don't know, just because but one thing I said at the top of the live stream for anyone who's joined us since then is that we're monitoring kind of this market, looking at some of the tokens that are coming out, but we're also answering questions like this, but also just kind of brainstorming between me and Batman as we're kind of working on Starseed. It's like I can think of some really interesting ways to kind of organize a system like that. Like if you pick some high market tokens like JLP or something, you built a basket of tokens that you wanted to consider
hmm
doing some
oh yeah,
automated DLMMing on. Okay, maybe not JLP right now, but you pick a you pick a basket and then you run it through our algorithms to see which ones are performing better right now, and then maybe Starseed allocates your liquidity to whatever's performing well.
yeah. I would love a feature like that. Actually, perhaps even have additional parameters like, hey, if something in my basket of stocks that I have here, or sorry, tokens that I have here, has a certain volume in a certain time frame, open a position on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be actually really awesome.
Ooh, it'd
uh,
be cool. It'd be cool to also like I'm thinking of like this just like set of this basket of high value, high market cap options, but you could also
mhm,
configure it maybe to where users or traders could set their own basket too.
yep. Oh yeah, yeah, no, for sure. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. That would be pretty amazing actually for a conservative investor too, especially if you did something, like your typical Sol, ETH, BTC, and then you just DLMM those as they become lucrative and it automatically switches between them. I would love that.
Let's see. So far, the only thing that's kind of interesting that I'm observing is this miner token, block miner,
Yep.
but I don't really see much information about it
What
on
is
Twitter.
what's the narrative with this one?
I'm trying to find that out. But I
With
mean,
this dip,
it's had
I don't-
some kind of a positive trend line.
yeah, I was gonna say with this dip, I wonder if it's interesting to potentially do token-sided pools. Like cards is a good one. I think even Launchcoin could be a nice one here. It seems to be consolidating in this region, and I think Meteora's TGE will be pretty good for the ICM space, including Launchcoin. I mean, we saw, I think last night it was that Soju kind of mentioned Believe in one of his tweets, which I think he's going to do a lot with post TGE. But these are always interesting ones to get, I think, just because I would suspect once Solana goes back up, if it does, that we could do a token sided bid ask on something like this and get some juicy fees on the way. Um, though I will admit, I don't typically do that. I just thought it was interesting. I'm typically scared to buy tokens, and I love doing soul-sided stuff. I think that's what over 99% of my trading style is. It's just doing soul-sided. It's just that I feel like something like Launchcoin or some of these stronger ICM narratives could be good candidates for something that's a bit more token-sided.
Yeah, I mean, we are at a looks like a support level right here. It's kind of contingent, I think, on if Solana hits its floor right here. But yeah, you could do a token sided buy, token sided DLMM, or you could, if you're more conservative, you could open up a DLMM here. At least then you're not buying at the local top of 130 million tokens or 130 million market cap.
Yep. We had another question pop up. Oh, you got it. Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So Saints asked, will you add some utility to the token with automation? Will it be only for holders? Thanks. So when we've been currently brainstorming and figuring out some of the tokenomics utility with the Starseed token for once we launch automation, there'll definitely be utility to the token with automation. In some ways, it'll be similar to what we've currently offer in terms of Starseed utility for the platform. So what the utility will do is you'll have the token and you'll have access to some good fee discounts on the platform services because there's costs for running the automation as well as for when you close positions and have those automated features trigger and take action. So holding Starseed will give you access to those cheaper fees and saves you a bit of money on the back end once you're closing positions.
Yeah, no, a lot of good utility coming to Seed, honestly. I honestly think we're super, super underpriced compared to a lot of other ICM tokens. Because we have a very strong tech stack, and it's going to get even stronger once we release this automation suite.
Yes, sir. No, I mean that's taken so far in this while because a lot of building up the infrastructure and the coding has taken so long. But what Shady, our developer's been really putting together is a lot of upfront work so that hopefully we can more easily and quickly and in succession put out more updates to expand the automation suite. So we're planning on an update, huge update for this month ahead of Met TGE, and then I think another equally big update coming straight right away in end of the month or hopefully early November. Um,
Um,
and so yeah, a lot of good plans ahead in terms of our functionality, and the C token will be a way for users to power through um, some of those fees. And then with Starseed, when we do execute those transactions and take those pretty modest, um, very competitively priced platform fees. Something we also do too with them is power it through our what we call our infinite flywheel. And so we're taking a pretty generous percentage of any platform fee and revenue that we obtain and reinvesting it into Starseed by taking converting those fees into seed and permanently locking them into a damn veto. So what that does is basically effectively burning tokens. It's a significant percentage of tokens every time someone's using the platform and generating fees with the platform. So that helps kind of support the floor and protect the bottom of the Starseed token, which is certainly beneficial for all of our very generous holders.
Yeah, no, well said. Well said. Very good question, Saints. Appreciate it. Looking for some plays right now. And of course, if anyone in chat, like I said, sees something, say something. Honestly, I think once we drop automation, one of my main plays will probably be Sol USDC. I'm like super, super stoked to do that actually. Or
Yeah.
even the Met token, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of mid-high market cap tokens will be
Oh
prime
yeah.
grounds for Starseed automation. So I think Sol USDC will probably be one of the better ones for that.
Hmm.
Um, I think in some moments of time, launch coin could be pretty good for that.
Oh yeah, no, for
Even
sure.
even like once if Jupiter finds its footing in like Q4, later Q4 this year, I think there could be some opportunities there to LP and generate some fees.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm hoping the release of JupeNet, whenever that is, which I think is similar to their own L2 almost, or something to that effect. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to encompass. I'm hoping that's really going to take Jupe up there.
Mhm.
But yeah, once we get that sort of price action, which hopefully will be really nice, that will be a very good candidate. Block miner. Kind of low volume, honestly.
Yeah, at this point, it's fallen off of the
Hmm.
top of the tracker for volume. Like 50K over 5 minutes isn't something to be too excited about with sub 1 million market cap token.
Yeah, no, not at all. What is that Spark token that just popped up in the top pools?
That's an old Spark token.
Oh, that is the old one.
Yeah, that's the old one. Remember that guy?
Jeez. Oh,
Went to
yeah.
zero, went to Valhalla, crashed back down. A lot of people got burnt by that. Then anyone that was held found their exit here on this second pump here
Hmm.
back in mid-August. But
Oh, jeez. Oh, wow. It's really been that long since Spark came out? Time flies. My God.
yeah, so it seems like some people are LPing and probably losing a little bit.
Yeah, that's just been straight down. Wow, jeez.
Yeah, not that good.
Yeah.
It's
I,
not a very exciting market today, unfortunately, folks. We
yeah,
didn't we
no.
didn't we didn't we didn't plan it's hard to plan when the market's going to be green. So you'll have to bear with us as we prowl.
Hey,
But
automation solves this. It would
I
be
mean,
performing very well right now. Because you know what's great? In a downtrend like this, yeah, you got your stop losses too, but eventually, you know, what'd be cool is if it just rebalanced itself,
Oh,
right?
yeah?
Yeah, yeah, without swapping tokens. Cough,
Not
cough.
swapping tokens, yeah. No, you take your position, you take your $1,000 of Solana, put it into a Solana virus pool, dips a little bit, and like maybe you go out of range, but then suddenly you're back in range again because you have liquidity being put into different bins.
Mhm.
Like that'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, no, very interesting indeed. And you could even go pretty tight with that too.
Like heart attack type.
Oh, yeah. Heart stopping. Single bin, baby. Single bin. I've not done one of those degen single bin plays in a very long time.
Yeah, yeah. I think I don't know. You need a Trump like token
Hey, the Yeezy token was pretty good whenever that came out.
for all of 5 minutes. Yeah.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, you got virus on. So this is actually a ICM play almost. And they did their relaunch with Believe. Shout out to the Believe ecosystem. We launched with them too, for anyone that didn't know. But this has been an interesting one to watch. They came out with their game Addicted, which ran up to what, like 80 mil or something crazy like that. Um, but that was a or is a very popular game right now with their weed token, which you gain through building out your farm. Classic Ponzi-nomics, which they're doing very well. But it was funny watching Virus actually. The token was actually very, very, very much mispriced compared to the success of this weed token. So it
I
kind of
think the
ran up
market
quite a bit.
eventually appreciated that they've
Oh yeah, 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 no, for sure.
especially when like you get to 60 million on weed. Well, that's when you started seeing buys actually come in
Yeah.
back onto to virus. So yeah, there was definitely a like you can see my what do you call them? Like lines,
Yeah, the
level lines
volume.
that I put
Yeah,
up
yeah.
that I put in the bottom of my chart from when
Oh
virus
god.
was only a few million.
Is that
So
where you DLMM'd it? Because I think I
yeah,
saw
that's
you play
where
that, right? Oh
yeah,
my god.
I was DLNing that back in when the token launched.
Um,
So
oh
damn,
geez.
I guess I should have held those fees.
Yeah.
But yeah, even now, like
Yeesh.
on virus up to 30 million, which I think is pretty well deserved given the success and just the attention that
Oh, yeah, 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 no, for
weed and
sure.
addicted.fun has brought to the
Mhm.
CT in the last week or two.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I guess all eyes are on what happens next and supply control and
Mhm.
what the team can do to keep bringing more users to the game.
Yeah, I think the block rewards for weed are about to be cut in half in about 2 days or so. And I believe they also have another season coming out with PvPing and all that. So, I mean, the token could appreciate quite a bit. I was actually debating, like, is this a good place to DLM or will the Ponzi kinda just sell itself off? I don't know, but it's interesting to see this experiment play out. I personally am
Yeah,
farming this, like, quite a bit, just 'cause I was playing the game since day 1. The rewards so far, not bad. Not bad at all. Would I enter now, though, and play the game? I don't know, but as an early player, it's been pretty lucrative.
as someone who hasn't played the game, I'm probably not stepping into it at this stage of
Yeah.
the game, but I think it would be interesting. You know, you're kind of taking a gamble on virus here, the or the addicted.fun, the team.
Yeah.
'Cause, like here would be depending on your convictions about the devs, like this would be an interesting place to buy some tokens and
Oh,
scale
yeah.
them out.
Yeah.
That seems more interesting than outright going to play the game.
I would agree with that. I think it's more interesting to trade the token or even DLMM it Because it seems to be in a pretty decent spot here between the 10 and 20 mil market cap, and you can kind of just play that range. Um, I might do something like that. It's just that I think I kind of want to see what happens when the block rewards get cut in half before doing anything, especially with size.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but definitely an interesting game. I'm excited to see what happens with it. Yeah, no, definitely kind of a slow market. I think though, I've preferred a lot of the slow tokens recently, to be honest with you, versus going into a lot of these newer memes. I
Yeah.
found more success going into things like Launchcoin, or other ICM plays. It's not as exciting just because there are some days where you might not even have any volume in like a 6 hour time span, which compared to something like I think that one token you were looking at earlier, where it was like a couple 100,000 volume in just a few minutes. Uh, it's going to be slow and boring, but I think I like the conservative nature of getting these gains.
Well, I think like it also depends how much time you want to spend looking at the screen.
Yeah, yeah, very true.
Like, because if you're aping into low market caps, like this random pump fund pumpers token, like you
Hmm.
have to look at every single second because high likelihood, just probabilistically, that this could rug to zero.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 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 one hundred
But
percent.
you have a token like Launchcoin, like we had our drama for a good month there. By the time we made it to into the 40 million range for Launchcoin, but outlook on Launchcoin is a lot better now, and so I've almost been exclusively farming and DLMMing Launchcoin for the last 45 days.
Oh my god, yeah, you've been killing it actually.
Yeah, and I've
I want to
held
say you've
on
been
to
doing it like
all of
what
those
once a
fees.
week. Oh jeez. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you're eating. You've been
yeah.
doing like almost a position or two in LaunchCoin, what, like a week? I feel like I've seen you've been posting so many P&L cards and on our Discord server. It's like
Oh,
LaunchCoin,
I'm
LaunchCoin, LaunchCoin.
so I've essentially have continuously had Launchcoin positions open
Oh
for the
god.
last month. Yeah, I have one
Okay.
open right now in my on my wallet.
Mm.
Just collecting some fees. A little more. I'm a little more conservative on that one right now. We're doing a bid
Mhm.
ask, but I mean,
Oh,
funny is still nothing to scoff at. Um,
yeah.
so it's been good because the token's been pretty consistent um, in terms of having
What's your range on
volume.
that right now?
Oh, right now, so one conservative one I'm doing right now, I think was a 40% range, but
Oh,
the
wow. That's really
yeah,
conservative.
I mean, that's really conservative, and I've got a little bit of
Yeah.
size in it too.
Yeah.
So like the fees are like, oh, that's a decent amount of money for a day still.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But some of the positions I have been playing over the last month, I think optimally would be like about a 20% range.
Mhm.
Um, just looking at the way that the chart has been swinging when we've gone from like the previous time we were at 100 million, like it went down to about 60. So 20% wouldn't have covered that. But there still would have been a lot of good volume here in this range that I captured. Oh, wrong one.
Oh.
Let's see. Looking at
Oh,
my
it was yeah,
lines.
it was there. Yeah.
It's there. I'm not looking for retracement. I'm just going to take an arrow. But a lot of good volume that you've captured here between 180 mil. Then when we came back up, like that is a lot of crazy
Oh
volume.
god, yeah, no, that was insane. I've closed them now, but I had 2 DLM positions opened. I wanna say it was somewhere between 100 mil and 100 and I think 20 or 25 mil. And oh my god, the fees in that range were absolutely insane. I forget what I posted, but I think I got around a 77% gain on my position there.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's been juicy, especially the pool that we're in, which for anyone watching, it's the 20 bin step, the 0.2% pool. Um, Absolutely phenomenal in terms of fee generation.
Yeah, that was some insane fees. I've got your P&L card here on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
77% gain. And I think like, yeah, with one of my positions that I held open for about 18 days too, like that was just about like a 35% gain
Mhm.
based accounting for all impermanent loss. Remember, like
Oh, yeah, yeah.
we opened those positions when Solana was priced at like $250. So
Yeah.
like considering I'm just hanging on to all my fees, like that was easily like a 50% gain in the size of my position.
Yeah, no, it's a win all around. And I think for with that specific position, if you look at the withdrawal, you'll even see it's higher than what I put in. Um, that's just because Sol went up too as I was holding this
Yeah.
position. So it's a double win right there.
Yeah, you went in soul sided probably, right?
Yes, at the time I think I just put in 10 Sol here.
Yeah, it would make
Yeah.
sense. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, $300 just from soul appreciating and then $1,200 in straight fees.
Yep.
Whew. So
That's
yeah,
the lifestyle.
I've found joy in just farming launch coin with DLMMs and holding on to the fees, hoping we go back to all-time highs at some point.
Yeah, I think it's possible, especially after TGE or Met TGE. Because I don't know if you saw that or not, but Meteor is really pushing this like Wall Street in your wallet mantra.
Yep.
And I feel like ICM is a perfect play for that type of stuff. So
Well,
it'll
when you
be
have
exciting to see.
and you'll also have tokens like virus and weed, which were launched. They're part of the Believe ICM ecosystem, right? So every time you have a great runner like this, I mean, some of those wins and that attention cycles back to Pasternak and the launch coin team.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
So we've got another question that's popped up. That we didn't immediately see, but
Yeah.
it's from one of our good friends, Haxon, who stated that he's been out of the markets recently. Can you talk about the automation briefly? Yeah, automation is the number one thing we're working on right now, and we think it'll be a huge game changer for DLMMing and LPing on the Solana ecosystem. It's basically going to let you be able to open positions, set toggles and triggers on your positions to execute actions automatically. So, in this immediate round of iterations that will be launching later this month, you'll be able to open up a position on Starseed on any platform, but you'll be able to go to Starseed and connect to be able to set up functions like a stop loss or a take profit so that as soon as your position goes out of range, for example, your position will close and you can sleep like a baby knowing that you're not just going to get rugged in the middle of the night. So I think that's a huge build on top of the Meteora tech stack right now because there's so many times, like even in some of these launch coin positions where we're doing really well, we're making fees where like, hey, we've done well. I'd like to just be able to close my position once we go out of range and not have to think about it just because a win's a win and I'm ready to claim my win. But right now I don't really have a tool that I can access that just lets me go to sleep and take that level of comfort. So I've asked for it for way too much, so now Shady's been in the cage for the last month or so, just trying to build this out so that I can sleep nicely at night. And we'll have that part of our major part of our automation suite coming out in just a few weeks.
Yeah, and I always like to iterate or reiterate multiple times that this is a very simple process that we're releasing here. You don't have to install anything. You don't have to configure anything with RPCs. You don't have to rent anything. It's literally just click and go. We provide the bot and the server to you, which makes the process very, very seamless. I know when I was getting into the botting scene, like way back when, with NFTs and meme coin sniping, like sniping pre-sales and all that. It was such a chore, I thought. Like, you had to, research all these various RPCs, you had to download a command line bot, and honestly, it felt like I had to be a hacker just to set everything up, and it was annoying, to do all that. Like, you have to go into various INI files or configuration files and copy and paste various keys everywhere. It's so confusing for the average user, I think, and it's very hard to onboard people when you do stuff like that. So we want a super seamless process with our automation. But that's pretty much all that automation stuff. It's going to be exciting, Haxon. You're going to like it. Perhaps you can even integrate it into breadheads.
Ooh, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, that would be actually pretty awesome. You know, speaking of breadheads and all that, it reminds me of like mobile apps and all that jazz. I want to say Starseed actually works pretty well on the phone. I've been using it quite a bit to track my positions whenever I'm mobile. I like it.
Oh, I definitely, yeah. I mean, when I'm on, the nice thing about Starseed is on mobile is that you're still able to have your own little custom setup so that you can easily have your charts open, have your active positions monitored, and then something like the Jupiter swap widget here. Or if you want to open positions, like I find especially like we talk about as a driving force within Starseed generally is that we're trying to make it so you don't need to juggle between a dozen different tabs in order to DLMM and manage your positions. And like, yeah, sometimes switching between tabs isn't difficult when you're on a computer, but like if I'm on my smartphone, it is a pain to jump between different apps to, especially when a DLMMing, when like you might want to be executing several different types of functions. So Starseed on mobile, fantastic. Makes it easier
Oh
for me to
man.
be able to check in on my position, close my position, open a new position, swap out tokens, figure out if the market's hot right now. Like
Yeah, no,
I
for
get I
sure, for sure.
yeah.
Um, Saints posted another question actually. So he's dropping some alpha in chat. He says sports is a belief token about sport prediction. It's part of the betting narrative. Good volume today, but low market cap. Do you think it's a good DLMM candidate, or low market cap tokens are risky? Let's pull it up and see.
Yeah.
Typically,
Looking
um,
for the CA right now.
yeah. Saints, do you have the CA for this? Because quite a few sports pop up when I look for it. Let's see sports. I see a pump fund token.
Yeah, I've only seen the pump fund token so far.
Oh, it's Poly Sports. Here, I'll send you the CA.
Got it.
Okay, nice.
No, we received some good intelligence from our on-chain analyst Avi
Yep.
for the token. Let's see. Okay. All right, I got Polysports open right now for us.
Yeah.
put it on a 5-minute timer.
I will admit the one thing with ICM that can sometimes be iffy is you sometimes do have to vet the team quite a bit because it's not only you're not only playing a certain narrative, but you're also playing speculation on the team. And there are quite a few people that have tried to take advantage of that almost and just release projects and products that um, could essentially just be some sort of like GitHub fork, right? Or LARP. Um, so that's the only thing that kind of pushes me away from DLMM some of the lower or really low market cap ones. Ideally, I mean, I probably want at least like a above 200K market cap. Um, if I want to play something a bit more on the speculative side. Not saying that this team is that, but I mean, that's just one of the things I'm wary about.
Yeah. Well, I think you may accept the assumption and you've done your due diligence that the team is good and promising, etc. Like, frankly, I think the best bet here would be to just outright buy the token and hold the token.
Yeah,
I think that there is level of risk with that because it's a really low market cap token right now, and I don't think that DLMMing in the normal way that like will DLMM to capture fees is probably the best idea or the most profitable choice you can make. So what you could consider doing if you're bullish on polysports and bullish on the team is probably doing more of a token sided DLMM where you buy tokens at this low market cap and then you put it into a very wide bid ask. Probably, I mean, it's depending on when you want to take profits on it, right? But if you wanted to
yeah.
do a 500% range, 900% range, like at least you'll be capturing fees if this token experiences a lot of price action at some point. So
Yeah,
probably
agreed.
would not be I think in general, like I wouldn't be going into this position looking to DLMM it and collect fees on it. Probably better to do a more traditional, just buy a bag and lock it in the safe and hope it pumps to the heavens. So
Yeah, no, I agree. Even I'd be apprehensive about even doing a DLMM on token side on this unless it's a much higher market cap. Because even if you do 400% gains, right? That would only take you, what is it, 74 mil? Or sorry, 74K. So like around 300K market cap. Um, and you'd be paying for a lot of bins too. So you got to make sure that the amount that you're going to gain from that token appreciation will overcome the cost of all those bins, because that's gonna be kind of expensive, right, if you wanna capture a
how-
lot of upside.
yeah, how does those non-refundable fees now work? Because Meteora a month or so ago,
Yeah,
they changed their system on their website so that you're no
yeah,
longer limited to 69 bins in a position. You can now
yep,
go, oh, how many
1,400. Yeah,
1400
1400,
bins?
yeah.
So if I did 1400 bins from here to let's say $1 million, like
Like,
am I
GG.
paying, yeah, like what's the cost of those bin arrays going to be, I wonder.
Oh, man, it's pretty expensive. I think the most I've paid so far, I wanna say it's somewhere between, like, 1.2 to 2 Sol to go the full bins, but, of course, I was doing what was it? I think it was a point 0.2. It was either a point 0.2 fee pool or a 1% pool 5 bin step. It was something crazy like that. So it can get pretty expensive very quickly, especially the lower bins you do. So you just got to keep that in mind. So if you're going to be paying more in fees than you're probably going to earn, and sorry, in non-refundable fees than you're going to earn through token appreciation, it's probably not worth it. Like here, I probably would just hold the token and take that bet. I'd also see like if there's any utility with the token on the platform. Because usually that could help with token appreciation. Like if they have any kind of flywheel. Like I know with the seed, we have quite a bit of utility already for our platform in terms of reducing fees on Starseed. So if you own seed token, you see a considerable decrease in platform fees. And of course, that's only going to increase in terms of utility when we release automation. We have our infinite flywheel. So, I mean, like we have things that prop up our token, right? It's not just a directional bet on our platform. Like it actually has utility. So I would definitely check for stuff like that. Um, I wouldn't want to just get like a meme token or something like that. I don't think that's very bullish. But I don't wanna badmouth any projects, but I probably would not play this. I probably would not buy tokens either.
You say that, and then every time it pumps 100x, and then you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
man."
I mean, if it does
Yeah.
go 100x, we'll just delete this part of the stream. That's typically what, you need to do, right?
Right.
Yeah, we'll do some fancy editing. Oh, Uranus. Oof. Hashtag protect the bottom, please. Hey, you're actually going into a pretty decent liquidity zone right there. Potentially, or actually maybe not. When you when you zoom out, maybe not.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's kinda scary,
Yeah.
but I don't know, maybe this is the generational bottom on Uranus.
Yeah. 10 mil. 10 mil is interesting, but I don't know. If that breaks, I feel like it seems like that was a decent psychological support area, maybe? Did it wick down there? It kinda looks like it did.
15.5. Wick to 15.3, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so far, I think the only play we really missed out on maybe is this block miner.
Oh, has it just been kinda consolidating in this range we've been watching?
Yeah, this would have been some good fee action here, depending on the range.
Interesting. I wonder if we just do something conservative and simple and do, say, like a multi-day launch coin DLMM, and then check back in after a couple days and see how it's doing. And then we can just kinda do an update tweet. Like, we could always do a play like that, right?
Yeah, I could
Doesn't
do that.
necessarily have to be a quick scalp.
Or we just pop back on another stream and do another session, and we just
Yeah.
start out saying, "Hey, here's where our launch
Yeah.
coin position's at."
True,
So,
true, true. Yeah. As soon as it starts working, we'll start the stream again. Like, hey, the position, it's in range. It's in range.
yeah. Oh, gotta go live right now. Gotta go live right now. We're back in range.
Get to
Woo!
the command center. All hands on deck. Actually, it's probably a good plug. I think Meteora is currently doing or rather, Heavy Metal Cook specifically is doing a competition that I think is still ongoing, where you have to DLMM or have an open position for at least 72 hours, and the highest PNL wins something. I forget what the cash prize was. It was either 250 or something to that effect. But either way, now would be a good time to experiment with some multi-day runners, I think.
Multi-day runners. Well, if you wanted to win that competition, the only way to really do that would be to buy tokens and scale them out.
Yeah, I was thinking that, or you just gotta get really lucky with something consolidating a bunch,
Yeah, but even
without
then,
that being done.
you'd need crazy volume.
Oh boy, yeah.
Because like, oh, those, to get a P&L percentage like this, you've got to
Oh
you
yeah, I mean, this was
gotta
a multi-day one.
yeah,
It was a multi-month if we're being
I was gonna
honest.
say it's like it was more than a multi-day position.
This was, 70 something days.
Yeah.
So about a percent a day is what I was looking at there. Yeah, because I mean, even with if you do something like Sol USDC, like realistically, if you're within range, um, I think you're getting any right now. Sol USDC has crazy APY. I'll be honest, like it's between like 0.2 to 1% a day, which to me is crazy on something as conservative as Sol USDC. But of course, like with how volatile Sol can be, you're really only seeing that type of return in it's either the 0.01 or the 0.04% pool, which I mean, you're only going to be capturing like a zero point 0.6 to 1 point something percent move in the token, which on a day like today seems to be what like every 5 minutes or so that you're seeing that kind of move. So you probably will have to move around your position quite a bit in order to continually capture something like that. But there are there are tools we're working on that would solve that with automation, where you can continuously capture those gains and not really have to look at or manually rebalance things. Um, but yeah, that all goes to bolster what you just said regarding getting those returns. Like you probably would have to go token sided. But the thing is, you'd have to have it open for 72 hours. Would you still be scaled out on that third day with a lot of these meme tokens? I feel like you wouldn't be, right?
Yeah, you basically have to find something that
Is
gets something
a
at a low market cap
yeah,
that turns into a runner, and you have to hold it.
and pray.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess
Which I
virus
don't.
would have been a good one.
Yeah, and like realistically, the only way I do that is with something the size of Launchcoin. That's about
Oh
100
yeah.
million market cap,
Yeah.
or maybe the size of Virus.
Yeah, no, that'd be an interesting one.
So we could open a Launchcoin DLMM. Now, do we go one sided or two sided?
With the launch coin. Well, it really depends what next week brings. Does Solana just keep retracing, or is this just a small little pullback? Because if I'm looking at the daily chart, I mean, I feel like we hit a like it was Sol was pretty overextended. Like this was a pretty good run for the past couple days or so. And we did kind of do a little retest of a little cloud that I was watching, a little price cloud. Of course, I think there is potential to go to the lower 20s here, which in turn, I think a lot of other things would sell off, including launch coin. So I want to say token sided DLMM, or sorry, soul sided DLMM could be more lucrative here.
Mhm. Yeah. Let's see. In the chat, we got Avi talking about Virus. Let me see if I can pull up the Virus chart real quick.
Oh, virus, or we got that virus intel. Yeah, Andrew. Andrew also said, let me pull up Avi's comment here. So, Virus has over 3 mil from weed revenue in a wallet, which mostly will be buybacks, as far as I know. Are 100% of those fees going towards buybacks, or only a certain percent? Do you know, Avi? And then Andrew, who's been an amazing Starseed member and giving a lot of great intel to us and advice behind the scenes. He said, I also have an LP on virus, but the volume is relatively low now. Yeah, it is pretty low volume, but could be juicy, especially if they do buybacks.
Yeah.
That could be an interesting gamble.
Well, we could open maybe a 12% position on Launchcoin.
Yeah, we could do. Yeah, I mean, why not have multiple positions, right? We'll diversify quite a bit here. We could entertain a token sided one with virus.
Great. So let's see. Let's do something with launch coin. So I've got the
Yeah.
launch coin chart open right here, and I've got my DLMM pools widget open down here. So I found the pools and ranking the pools. I mean, the 20 bin step 0.2% fee pool has just been the best one, period,
Oh yeah.
for launch coin.
Oh yeah.
So what do we think? Do we want to do 25%?
You know what? I was actually for the minus
Launch coin.
25%. I was thinking more like
Soul.
minus 8%. Oh, oh, oh,
I was thinking, yeah,
oh,
soul amount. How much soul?
oh, oh.
We got 5 soul to
50%?
play with.
Yeah, we could do
50? Okay.
50%. Yeah.
Great. We'll do that.
And you were thinking what, minus 12? I was thinking minus maybe 8 or 9.
Well, let's meet in the center and go 10%.
Minus 10. Okay.
Now, you always curve these things.
Yes, but since we are playing with these ones, maybe we need to be more conservative.
Yeah. I'd be good
I'm
with
fine
a
with a
spot.
spot. Yeah, the spot is right in the middle.
Great. Well, I'm opening that transaction on Starseed.
Yep. Andrew
Let's
said
see.
buybacks for virus should bring in back to life, which I think I agree with. Avi said they never mentioned the percent of buybacks from game revenues, just that they will use for buybacks. So we don't know the amount and we don't know when those will start. Still, could be an interesting token-sided one.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think at this point, like, we'd largely be playing this expecting the token to appreciate. The DLM fees are not as much of a priority. It's a nice little bonus and cherry on top.
Yep.
So maybe like a token-sided bid ask that goes up.
What is the top pool for virus right now?
Let's use the top pools widget and find out.
Oh, so what bin step is that?
Hold on, I'm sorting right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is the 100-step 2% fee.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I feel like I'm always going into the lower bin step ones, but I'm a PvP kind of guy.
Yeah, but if
I
we're
feel like the 50s. I feel like the 50 is going to be nicer. But at the same time, 2% is juicy. If they
yeah,
start
well,
doing
it
the
lets
buybacks. Yeah.
us capture more range.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm cool with the 100 step 2%.
Okay. Okay, well, let's use the Jupiter swap widget then to acquire some of this virus.
Oh, we're gonna get a virus.
Let's see.
Is one solo good?
I think 1 soul's fine for this. I mean, that's
Yeah.
$225 right there.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Okay, so got that. It's set up. Let's see. We're good to go. Let's do that swap. I'm doing the swap right now. We've got 15,000 virus. So let's
Yeah.
hit the pool.
Yeah. So we could either do it through this pool here, or we could also do it through scale out. But I think we want to capture a bit more potentially, right,
Yeah,
with this run.
correct. So let's do it manually through DLMM pools because I've got the pool right here that I want to use.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do virus sided position, 100% of that value.
Oh boy.
Bid ask, and let's see.
Yes, and the reason we're going bid ask is because this allows us to capture a lot more on the higher end of our range. So that's concentrating a lot more of our tokens up top
Yep.
when price is bigger. So we're doing this. What bin step was this? This was 100, right?
100 bin step. Yeah.
Okay. So the max price I think we can do is almost 100% gain. I think it tops out at what 98% or something like that. Um, so what do we want? Do we think this is going to go to a 30 mil market cap? Like, what are
30 mil.
how crazy
30
are these
mil would
buybacks?
be 30 mil would almost be back to their all-time
Mm.
high.
So Avi's saying, oh, Avi's dropping a lot of intel here. Okay. So they never mentioned the percent of buybacks from game revenues, just that they will use for buybacks. Not sure how much. He also said, if I had to guess, they're waiting on a whale to fully exit. Interesting. Very interesting. I could see how that can be. Do we want to just go for 50% gains then?
I'm thinking 50. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a better place to land. And maybe they'll be kind of like right near the consolidation zone near the tops of
Yeah.
these local
And the thing
peaks.
is, like
So
with these plays we have here, like we're going to be monitoring it, of course, or perhaps even testing it out with our automation. Uh, we may or may not wait for it to totally scale out. Like if we're happy with the profits, if narrative changes midway, like we may just close it. And if we do, we'll update. Yeah,
yes, sir.
but yeah, no, 50% gain that would be nice. That takes us to what, like 20 mil right now, 21 mil.
20, yeah, 21 mil about.
Oh yeah, yeah, I think that's good. Andrew, if you're still here, is it the only play that you have right now? Or do you have a lot of other DLMMs going? So for the time being, we are ultra virus maxis.
Proud members of the virus community.
Yep. That's it. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good range, I think.
Yeah. It'll be fun to watch this. Because I'm assuming if they buy back with size, like it's definitely going to go through this pool. Nice little liquidity here.
And our launch coin's already in range. So that's good.
Nice. Yeah, that's what we want. Uh yeah, no, it's right now it's seeming like going suicide was the play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Market's just cooling down a bit. I don't think I'm switching bearish just yet.
I mean, it's only been like a few hours since like Solana
Yeah.
was rocking and rolling in
Oh yeah.
230s. So yeah, I think we'll switch back eventually. Need a little bit of little consolidation.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun to watch these positions over the coming days. Hey, if this
Yeah.
virus position works out, like, and we go that high, we got to submit that to the challenge, the
Oh yeah.
Meteora LP Army challenge.
Oh yeah. We'll get a 50% P&L card, and maybe we'll
Yeah. Gonna
some
stack that
more.
treasury.
Yeah, stack. Well, we are burning, I guess, those fees too, right?
Oh yeah, no, we could burn the reward money. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we get the reward money, we'll burn it, and we'll convert it to seed and burn it. So
Oh baby.
okay. Well, anything else happening in the
There
market right now?
there was a pretty interesting token. It's the Look token. I can I can send that to you right now if you need the contract because I think quite a few weird ones pop up. But this was an interesting token just because the partnerships they have. It's some kind of like attention economy type thing that they're going for. Um, and they have very interesting partners, I will say. like Brazzers, and other companies that are similar. I know we have a very, very innocent community here, so maybe not everyone knows what that is, but you probably want to Google that in an incognito tab if you're not
So don't
familiar.
pull it up on stream right now.
Do not pull it up on stream and get us banned on YouTube. You can pull up the
Not
token,
again.
but
Not
don't
again.
yeah, don't pull
What do
up
you
their
mean?
socials or anything like that because there's some questionable stuff in the comments.
Everyone can do their own due diligence on their own time.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You might want to do this DD from the bed, though. I'm just saying. But yeah, no, it's an interesting one just because there could be a strong narrative there. Um, because a lot of people are speculating that you'll be able to use this token in some fashion on a lot of those types of websites. Because I think there's one parent company that controls a lot of them, and they're doing something with this token, and they're going to be pushing it. So I was debating doing a DLMM on it. But, I didn't really pull the trigger yet because I wasn't sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it was still interesting. It's been on my watch list since about the 60 mils, about the 50, 60 mil range. But, if any of those websites start using it, I mean, I feel like it could easily do a 2x from here potentially, just because of that narrative alone.
Right.
But this is the one I'm keeping on my watch list just in case. Because I wouldn't mind doing like a one of those really, 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 really big bid asks, where they do like the minus 60 to 80%.
Right.
Um, this could be an interesting candidate for something like that.
Yeah, there's enough. I mean, I think like the meta has been to do almost a minus 93%
No
bid
way,
ask with
really.
that. I mean, that's for like securing yourself against a complete rug.
Yeah.
Like a Mr. Beast level rug. So maybe 60, 80 for this. If there's a little more reputation on the team, like that's probably
Mhm.
reasonable.
I'm not
And
saying we
yeah,
have motion, but ever since we mentioned this on stream, it did go up like 5%, 4 or 5%.
I get scared when I see a Yeezy token at the top of top traded.
The fact that it's still over 400 million is insane to me.
Yeah. Big yikes.
Big yikes. Big, big yikes.
Fees. $6,000 in fees on that pool in the last 15 minutes.
I'm assuming that's just from sell volume.
Probably, yeah.
It's sometimes when you look at that, you're like, "Oh my god, so many fees in here," and then you check the chart and it's just like a huge red candle or something. It's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I guess that's why." Like, the fees are great, but not like this. Not like this. Yeah, I mean, the more I I mean, it's an interesting narrative to gamble on, because I'm hoping it's not, like, going to be a complete rug or where you just wake up one day and it's at 0, just because there's some big adult brands promoting it, potentially, using it. Yeah, minus 50% on it could be decent. What's the volume looking like in the look pools? Are there even any?
Let's
I don't
check
even know how
that.
this came across my radar.
So I've got two pools. They're both 100 bin steps. There's a 0.8% and a 1% pool. So
Let's
collectively,
see.
they've gotten about $40,000 of volume.
Yeah, in the past 24 hours. Yeah, not that
15
juicy.
minutes. Last 15
Oh,
minutes.
15 minutes. Oh, actually, that's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, Andrew said in the chat that if those websites did use it, wouldn't they prefer to use a stable coin instead of Look?
Yeah, I'm not sure how it works, honestly. I would assume that too. Um, of course, I also don't know what websites you're talking about, of course. But yeah, no, I would assume they would use something like that. I feel like there've been a lot of tokens like this that tried to go after the adult market, and all have flopped just because it's just so volatile.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking about in the back of my head is that there's just like I don't know, such social hostility toward that, even
Yeah.
in the degenerate crypto space,
Yeah.
where like I haven't seen promising projects work out trying to do this, but I mean, it is already at 80 million, so it says something.
Yeah. I think it's just because people saw that all these other brands were interacting with them. Um, but yeah, no, like Andrew said, I'm hard pressed to believe that anyone would want to integrate a super volatile token like this. Because I
It
mean, like,
also
look at the price action. I think it dipped to what, 50 mil just a day or two ago.
back September 25th,
Yeah.
$21 million before it started pumping. So it experienced, most of the month of September of some decent ranging here in the 40s and such, and then it I don't know, something bearish caused it to go down into the 20s, but so yeah, I don't know, kind of risky because like this could be like the dip to buy
Yeah.
after they had that massive run up, but it also isn't typically the type of tokens I tend to play, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just watch it for now. Maybe I'll do some kind of minus 50% bid ask on it. Not on this wallet we're using here, but just on my personal one, just to monitor it.
Right, right.
Maybe. I just want to play the narrative, really.
You just love that narrative so much.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm really gonna explore the narrative later tonight. Oh, Soul is seeing a nice little bounce here. A 1% bounce-a-roni.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did Look actually hit 400 mil? Oh wow, it opened up high. I thought that was just like a crazy mev or someone sniping the first block. Jeez. So it really did open up that high. Anything juicy so far?
I'm not seeing
Uh,
much, man.
well, our launch coin is going green. We made a whopping 4 cents, man.
Yeah, that might get you a piece of candy somewhere.
Oh yeah.
I got these new Halloween Skittle flavor kind of joint. What
Halloween
were they?
Skittles. Oh, you got a little purple screen there, but Halloween Skittles, interesting.
Yeah, yeah, they were what were they? They were like called Screechers or something.
And it was actually the Skittles brand?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean it was like a seasonal flavor.
Interesting.
Shriekers.
Shriekers, Skittles Shriekers.
Yeah.
That sounds like something I need to try.
Yeah, they're
What was
kind of
a flavor profile there?
I mean it's more of the let's let's see.
It's the Halloween branding.
Halloween branding.
Are they sour?
Sour, yeah, more sour in flavor.
Interesting. I do love sour Skittles. I will admit that.
So it's like a little bit more. It's like, oh, there's more citric acid in those Skittle Shriekers.
Did you actually shriek?
Mad Lads. Oh, I shrieked so loud it would completely deafen everyone listening to us right now.
Oh boy.
Well, the silly me is like, oh yeah, I'll get this. For some reason, I don't know why, but I get all these candy, and it's like, oh, these are just fun size bags in here. It's like, I want a big old bag of candy. Yeah, like why are they handing out? Oh yeah, it's October. But
in terms of the individually wrapped stuff, the ones that always irk me are the Jolly Rancher gummies and the Sour Patch, where they just individually wrap a single one. I was like, really?
Oh, that's wild. Yeah. Trying to get this open quick.
All right, trying to show us Skittles on here.
Trying to show you some Skittles, yeah. Like,
oh yeah, see,
Shriekers, man.
Like, you may have come here for the trading, but you're gonna stay for the Skittles Alpha, the Candy Alpha, the Snack Alpha.
Yeah, so pick these up at your local grocer.
Yeah.
Because some are so sour, they will make you shriek.
Oh. I wonder if you can tokenize that.
$ Shrieker.
Oh. Hey, if someone wants to launch that. No, like, we need something to play here.
And it ain't going to be easy. So
it ain't going to be easy. There's this meta token. What is that? Oh, the volume is pretty bad. Yes, indeed. Candy. We are candy enthusiasts and we are carbonation enthusiasts here. Angie said, GMs, when we expecting automation? This month.
Yeah, G-Seed, Angie, good to see you in the chat. I mean, we are working on some alpha testing right now on the team. So we're going to do that probably for about at least a week. And then, maybe we could do the big announcement now, Batman.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So in 24 hours from right now, we're going to take a snapshot of anyone who's used Starseed in the last 2 months.
Yep.
So yeah, in 24 hours, we're going to take a snapshot of anyone who's used Starseed in the last 2 months, completed a transaction, used the platform. And then once we're done with our alpha testing and ready to do some beta testing before our full launch, we'll invite anyone who's included in that snapshot to get a first crack at using our early automation features. So just saying, you've got 20. If you haven't been using Starseed in the last couple of months, you've got 24 hours. We'll take the snapshot, and then in a week or so, we'll be ready for beta testing.
Yeah, that's going to be really exciting.
Yep,
and you guys heard it first.
And you folks will get a chance to use those tools, but also provide us with feedback too on how easy it is to use. If you've got ideas for how to make some of the user interface a little bit smoother and crisper, our dev is going to be eager and salivating at the thought of receiving that feedback.
Yeah, no, he's going to be locked in that cage for the foreseeable future. But it's all right. We got him hooked up to Red 40. He's got quite a few IVs of Red 40 in him right now.
Yeah, that's the joy of being a part of the Carbonation Nation, is that you got all kinds of good, tasty drinks there.
Oh, yes, we do. Okay, so maybe Angie doesn't get access. You're
Angie's
blacklisted from the snapshot.
Yeah, Angie's invited to the blacklist, not the whitelist.
Yeah. Cards is an interesting one, honestly. It's a bit too high for my taste, but the narrative here, I am pretty bullish on, and they're making a lot of revenue, a lot of revenue, and I know because I've gambled quite a bit on their gotcha. I am up on my Pokemon cards, but it's definitely an interesting mechanic that they've built.
Yeah, I mean the chart's been really great too for them.
Yeah. Very good recovery, honestly, from their
Yep.
September dip.
Yeah. So if you were interested in DLMMing this, like I could easily
Mhm.
see you could do like a 20% maybe, and you'd capture most of this consolidation zone,
Mhm.
most of this volume as you get closer to the point of control.
Yep.
And if you wanted to play more conservatively, I mean, like 230 is probably a good floor that you'd bounce off of in a bad case scenario. So
Yeah, and a lot of bullish catalysts here, I think, coming for cards because they've done Pokemon, and I believe the plan is to move on to other goods as well. So once
mm,
I do that, I feel like, I mean, you're always going to have areas on this token where you're going to bounce off of the support or some sort of support.
yeah, think they'll do magic cards?
I would love that. That would be kind of cool. I was really hoping they'd do comics because if they did comics, I mean, I'm going to be all over that. You probably will never hear from me again.
Gotcha. Comics. Okay. Okay.
Gotcha comics, man. That would go really hard. Because
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever mentioned, at least on stream or in any of the Starseed chats, but I'm an avid comic collector. Like I have a collection of, at this point, I think over 1,000 comics.
Yeah. This picture that you've sent me of your sets are absolutely wild. It's like, I mean, it is like walking into a comic store. It's like, geez, there a comic store, bookstore. It's like, man,
Yeah.
these are you got bookshelves, man, bookshelves.
Yep. Gotta collect them all.
So what you're saying is that you're going to be coming out with the comic gotcha website because you already got the
Yeah.
supply.
Come into Starseed. Hey, maybe that could be a 2026 roadmap item. Ooh, wow, Virus is doing well too. Or is that just Soul appreciating? Oh yeah, it might be just
I
be
think that's
Soul.
Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Soul right now. We
Though
haven't
we
really
did go
gotten.
token sided, right? So
Yeah, that's good. I mean, we went token sided, so
yeah. I think so what our platform does when we go token sided is it'll still show you the appreciation of the token, even if it's not going through your bins. Because I think you can see like we've actually not earned any fees. It's just that the token's gone up. But I don't think there has actually been volume through our specific bin yet. Because it probably has to play catch up a bit. But that's what you get when you go into a 100 bin step pool. There's a fair degree of catch up going on. But yeah, other than that, I feel like these are some good plays for us to sit on, right, in the coming days, and we'll do some updates going forward on how these are performing.
oh, and we'll get to monitor them, of
Yeah,
course, through Starseed Command. So
yeah. You know what would be really cool is once we do push out automate, if these positions are still working, like we can actually just automate them on stream.
yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe next time we'll be in a good enough state with the tech where we could at least launch some take profit functions to at least show us setting those up
yeah,
so that if
yeah.
they do
No,
get scaled
that'd be
out.
cool.
So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Right now, we've got 5 cents of fees.
Oh boy, that's going to be a juicy buyback and burn.
Oh yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. Well, I don't see any other plays coming out right now, so we could wrap it up unless there are any other last minute questions or last minute alpha we need to discuss or drop. But yes, automation. Automation is the way.
Well, we got to come out with some new songs for the automation tech once that's ready to go.
It's so funny you say that because they're actually the program that we use to make a lot of our banger hits. I know it really does sound like that we're the ones singing it, but we do make use of AI. But they just released a new model, which is supposedly like really, really good. So, man, we might have to do that. We might have to release an entire playlist.
Yeah, we'll put Shady in the cage, and you and I will go back to the recording booth.
Oh yeah, yeah. Got to book a time slot at the studio. What's funny is I don't know if you saw, but HMC, our heavy metal cook of Meteora, he's one of the LP instructors and leads there. Uh, he put all his songs on Spotify, so I kind of want to do the same thing with our stuff now.
Oh yeah, I mean, why not? We can.
Yeah. So yeah, no, Starseed at some point, this is like a surprise item on our roadmap, is we're going to put an entire album of that spreads the Starseed gospel, the Meteora gospel, onto Spotify. So then you can jam out while using Starseed. You know what would be funny? We just have those songs autoplay on our platform. You can't even
I was gonna
pause it.
say,
It's
it's
just
like
like
we
full
do. It's like what
volume.
do we do a Spotify widget,
Oh god. It's a mandatory
Starseed
widget too,
Radio.
of course.
Yeah, yeah, Starseed Radio.
Yeah, no, that'd be pretty funny. Yeah, yeah, it could be like one of those GTA radios where it's just random, just total randomness. Oh god, what is that?
It's called Glowcat.
Glowcat. What was that candle? See, whenever you see a big candle like that, I immediately get scared about entry because it's like,
Oh yeah,
especially like if you remember the bags tokens. Holy crap! Like when you saw a big candle like that out of nowhere after a huge dump, it's like someone's looking for EL here. What is
yeah.
this? A
That's
dub token? Is this a new launch pad?
I don't know what dub is right now,
Huh.
but yeah, those are some crazy candle wicks.
Dubcat. This just popped up, right?
Yeah, this just popped
On
up
the
on
5 minute. 5 minute?
the top traded 5 minute. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. It's kind of feels scary.
Yeah, I mean, you have a token that was sitting at 40,000 market cap, and then looks like someone got some intel,
Yeah.
and now it's straight up. So I
Oh
think
my
I
god.
will be avoiding this, but for anyone who's especially degenerate, good luck.
Yeah, now that might be a pass for me. One of the tokens that just popped up on the 5 minute screener, it was called DB, and in their description it was this coin is bundled.
The bundle. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess since they're honest about it, that might be a good one, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So just one last minute thing, like any questions? If not, maybe we could just wrap it up, right? And then sit on these positions for now.
I think so. Launch coin's going nicely into range now, so that's good.
Okay, perfect, perfect. And we had a what, minus 10% on that?
Yeah, yeah, minus 10%.
So around 90 mil?
Yep, 91.
91. Okay, nice. Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good range. Hopefully we don't dip well below that. But even if we did, I think the narrative is strong enough here where it should recover.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And we're already like partially the part of the way down, like the
Yeah.
drop since the 130, 120 mil local tops. So hopefully that's a good floor. Be nice for 100 million to get back to the point where 100 million is the floor for launch coin.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that thesis. I mean, I see him as just going to be really hot right now. I feel like that narrative is still in its infancy.
Hmm.
So, no, we're good here. I'm happy with this. I'm content.
Great. Well, on that note, we will wrap up here. Thank you to our 211 viewers today on our first iteration of In the Trenches with Starseed. We've got a lot of content coming your way and some big
Yep.
updates being pushed out later this month. So, final reminder is that 24 hours, we're taking a snapshot for anyone who's used and done a transaction on the Starseed platform. You might get a first chance at our beta testing for our Starseed automation when that's ready to go. So, thank you to all our supporters and appreciate you tuning in today.
Well said. Thanks a bunch, everyone. Have a good day.
Bye bye.
Peace.